report into bullying allegations against Meghan Markle are still being investigated after 3 months, and the report has been delayed until next year, it is claimed. Buckingham Palace is investigating allegations that the Duchess of Sussex bullied 2 senior staff. Royal expert Bronte Coy said, with 4 staff resignations in less than 1 year, it's pretty easy to speculate Meghan Markle must be some kind of horrible boss. Whispers of the Duchess of Sussex's difficult nature began circulating in November when her personal assistant Melissa Touabti was rumoured to have quit 6 months into the job. Just weeks later, Prince Harry and Meghan's shared private secretary and top aide, Samantha Cohen, reportedly resigned after 17 years working for the royal family. It's worth noting her time with the newlyweds was only a temporary assignment. In January, Meghan's bodyguard of 6 months jumped ship, making her the 3rd close employee to leave the Duchess of Sussex's employment in a little over 2 months. The most recent departure was reportedly a serious blow to the former Suits star. Her right-hand woman Amy Pickerel, a near-permanent fixture by her side, is said to have handed in her notice last week and will finish up as secretary later this month. Certainly, the numbers don't look great. But working for the royal family isn't the same as any other job, and that's why we shouldn't be so quick to assume the worst about Harry and Meghan. According to Dickie Arbiter, who served as the Queen's press secretary for 12 years and a media manager for Prince Charles and Princess Diana, the intensity of the work inside the royal bubble makes it easy to burn out. I was one of the Queen's press secretaries with the remit. In addition to answering to her, 90% of my time was spent looking after the Prince of Wales and Diana, he explained to Global News. Mr. Arbiter added there was another good reason for why it appeared so many staff members were leaving at once. By outward appearances, it has been a bit of a revolving door, but it just so happens with the Cambridge and Sussex households that employees started around the same time, he said, suggesting that could explain the coincidental timing of the resignations. Here's an example. Harry's private secretary Edward Lane Fox retired last April after 5 years as the Duke of Sussex's right-hand man. Just months earlier, William's private secretary, Miguel Head, quit after 6 years in his role. And while much has been made of Meghan's apparent inability to hold on to staff, her sister-in-law has also received a few resignation letters in her time. In 2017, Kate's private secretary, Rebecca Deacon, quit after a decade working with the royal family, and according to a 2016 documentary, 2 of Kate and William's staff quit shortly after their wedding. Royal expert Ashley Pearson claimed in William and Kate, the journey the Cambridge's head housekeeper and head gardener both left their positions when Kate joined the family, as they couldn't handle how much she wanted to do for herself. So there it is. Maybe Harry and Meghan are tough bosses, or maybe staff shakeups in the royal household are actually pretty normal. Earlier this year, the Duchess of Sussex was accused of humiliating personal assistants and staff, as well as driving 2 out of the palace, which she denies. An internal investigation was launched in March, but sources now fear the probe is being kicked into the long grass, it has been revealed. Inquiries are focusing on a 16-day trip to Australia in 2018, during which a series of clashes between Meghan and her staff left the latter severely psychologically traumatized. But only a handful of people have been called up to share their side of it, insiders told the Daily Mail. 2 PAs, another member of staff and Simon Case, Prince William's former private secretary, were potentially among the chosen few. Earlier this year, sources alleged to The Times that Meghan drove 2 personal assistants out of the household and undermined the confidence of a third. The 40-year-old is even said to have snapped "It's not my job to coddle people" after aides were left in tears and humiliated by her difficult demands. The report further claimed Meghan humiliated at least one ex-staffer, while another said the Duchess' behavior felt more like emotional cruelty and manipulation. One royal aide, anticipating a row with the Duchess, is alleged to have told a colleague, "I can't stop shaking." Jason Knauf, Harry and Meghan's former communications assistant, reportedly submitted a complaint in 2018 to protect palace aides who were allegedly coming under pressure from the American former actress. the same time, he said, suggesting that could explain the coincidental timing of the resignations. Here's an example. Harry's private secretary Edward Lane Fox retired last April after 5 years as the Duke of Sussex's right-hand man. Just months earlier, William's private secretary, Miguel Head, quit after 6 years in his role. And while much has been made of Meghan's apparent inability to hold on to staff, her sister-in-law has also received a few resignation letters in her time. In 2017, Kate's private secretary, Rebecca Deacon, quit after a decade working with the royal family, and according to a 2016 documentary, 2 of Kate and William's staff quit shortly after their wedding. Royal expert Ashley Pearson claimed in William and Kate, The Journey the Cambridges